Hi everybody. We have a beginner level mat class, just about 20 minutes today, just to warm up your whole body. So let's begin. Send your feet over towards the short edge of the mat. We're gonna grab onto our legs, back behind our hamstrings here, and use your arms to sit yourself up, just nice and tall. Take a big breath in here. Feel your head lengthening up and your tail pressing down into the ground. And then exhale, curl that tail under. Just begin to feel your low back widening and this curling in of the tailbone. And then inhale, you can use your hands to pull yourself up. And continue, exhale, curl. And inhale, sitting on up. Good. As we continue to warm up the low back, make sure we're not lifting our shoulders to our ears here, but just keep those nice and relaxed. We're really thinking about the lower half of the body. Just a few more. Okay, I want you to curl back. Find a place you can stay here. We're going to strap a seatbelt across our hip bones, nice and tight. You can still hold on to your legs. Let's lift one toe up a bit. Place it down. Lift the other toe up. Good, you can do that again. Or if you're super brave, super crazy, you can pick up both toes. See where you are. See where your balance is this morning, or afternoon, or evening. Good, and then I want you to release your hands and roll all the way down onto your back. All right, so make any adjustments you need. We'll settle in here. And let's open ourselves wide into an X. So legs are about maybe a little wider than your mat. Arms are up. Depending on your shoulders, your hands might be more up overhead or a little more to the side. Just find a place that's comfortable for you. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. And let's allow our back, especially right around the rib cage, just to release into the mat. And one more time here. Good. Okay, so we're going to pick up our right knee, pick it up, and then put it back down again. And then try the left. Okay, what we're trying to do here is keep the hips super steady, so they're gonna want to wiggle a little bit. Don't let them. We're gonna keep a fire lit right between the hip bones, so we can pick the knees up and set them down. Good. Now adding on, as you pick up the right knee, reach your elbow towards your knee. If you'd like, you can lift your head. If that doesn't feel good on your neck, don't worry about it. And then try the other side. So we're moving on a diagonal. Good. We still want our hips to be steady as we switch from side to side. Let's do 4 more. Keep your head down if you need. And 3, and 2, and last one, and rest here. Take a big breath in and out. Okay, you're going to take your right foot, slide it over towards your left, and take your right hand, slide it over towards your left hand, and you're making yourself into a nice crescent moon shape just to really stretch the whole side of your body. Good. Let's open back to the X. Same thing on the other side. So foot over to the other foot, left hand over to the other hand. And take a few deep breaths in and out. Now opening the left side of your ribs. You might feel a stretch around your hip. Good. Open back out to that X shape. And let's walk our legs all the way together, still out straight. And then if you can, bring your hands together up overhead. So it's like you're a straight pencil shape here. And I want you to squeeze your arms and your hands together and squeeze your legs and your feet together as hard as you can. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, let it all relax. And try that again. Inhale, bring everything, squeeze into your center line as hard as you can. And relax. Really feeling those inner thighs turn on. 2 more. Squeeze. And relax. Good. And your last one. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And relax. Good. Okay. Bend your knees. Put your feet flat on the mat here, about as wide as your hips. And we'll bring our hands down by our sides. Let's relax those shoulders down. We're going to curl the tailbone under just like how we started. Curl under, press into your feet, and begin to roll your pelvis up away from the floor. Stay here for just a moment. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, roll down, lengthening the lower back and really feeling that tailbone curling up towards the backs of your knees. And again, tailbone curl to roll up and come all the way down. Let's add our hands now. So reach your arms back behind you, stretching through the shoulders here. As you roll the tailbone up, I want you to bring the hands down. So our pelvis and our arms are working in opposition to each other. And then as you roll down, bring the arms back up again. Good. And this can be a funny bit of coordination to get the 2 to work in unison and to find their end places at exactly the same time. Good. Try 1 or 2 more. You can take this at your own pace. Good. Okay, give that a rest. I want you to grab onto your right knee and just draw some nice big circles with the right knee, oiling up the hip socket here. And reverse those circles, just nice and big. All right, let's switch sides, nothing fancy. Grab the left knee. Roll it around in some nice big circles. And reverse those circles. Lovely. Okay, so now that our hips are moving a little bit more, I want you to press your arms down by your sides. Light a fire in the belly here. Pick one leg up to tabletop and the other leg too. On a big inhale, reach your arms back behind you. And as you exhale, reach past your hips, look down toward your belly button, taking a little curl here. And then I want you to open your arms to the side and lie down. Press your palms down into the mat. And I want you to take your knees and your shins all the way over to one side. Then draw the belly in, use the waist to pick the legs up. Take them to the other side. Up. Inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, curl and reach. Arms to the side, lie down. Here we go, legs to one side. Legs to the other side. Legs up. Inhale. Exhale, curl and reach. Arms out, lie down. Taking a nice twist here. You need to keep those abdominals drawn in to protect your back. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, arms out. Last one here. And curl. And roll the other way. Legs up, inhale. Last time, curl forwards. Stay here. We'll take a couple pumps of the arms. Pump, pump. Feel how that affects your belly. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Grab your knees, lie down, and rest. Very nice job. Okay. If it feels good, you can rock from side to side. But more than anything, just allow the low back to release and spread out against the mat. Okay. Now that we've gotten the abdominals a little more turned on, let's flip ourselves over and onto our bellies. Okay. I'm going to have you stack your hands one over the other, making a pillow for the forehead, and you lie the head down on top. Let's all pick our toes up, bent knees, and just let your toes flop from side to side, allowing for some more release in the low back. Okay, lengthen your legs out. Then a prone leg lift. So first thing we do, press the hips down into the mat. Draw the abdominals in and away from the mat. And then I want you to lift one leg up, straight up. So do not bend that knee. Bring it down and then try the other leg. No wiggling of the hips here. It's just a nice extension for the front of the hip. If you're feeling any tightness or overuse in the low back, I want you to lengthen the tailbone down more, and we're trying to get the hamstring, the top of the hamstring right there to help pick the leg up. Okay, finish up your last one or last two. Then we'll bring our hands right next to our ribs, forehead down. Press your hips and your feet down into the mat. Let's draw the shoulders away from the ears and begin to look forwards, lifting the head, neck, shoulders, finding a baby swan, and then lie back down. Let's just do two more. Inhale, reaching the sternum forwards, and lie on down. Just one more. From here, I'll have you push up, sit all the way back in a child's pose. Nice rounded spine, released body, released neck. Good, and keep crawling your fingers forwards, pressing down into the fingertips to really help stretch the shoulder girdle here. Okay, from here, I'm going to have you lift your seat up, tuck your toes under. You might have to use your hands to make sure all 10 toes are really outstretched there. And then you can either sit back on your feet to stretch your toes and your arches. If this feels bad on your knees, keep a little of your weight forwards onto your hands or your fists. It's really, really important to keep the toes able to move like this. Good, and if you'd like, you can rock from side to side. Sometimes this changes the stretch a little bit. Good, okay. Let's come back forwards and let's find all fours. We'll keep those toes tucked under. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. I want you to round the spine like a cat. Sit back towards your heels, and we're going to pulse 3 times. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then flick your toes out, lift your chest, and find a nice arch here. And try that again. Rounding the spine, tucking the toes. Pulse 3, 2, 1, flick and lift the sternum, lengthen the belly. And pulse, 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 flick the feet, inhale, lift. 2 more times, pulse, 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 flick and lift. And last time, pulse, 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 flick and lift. Then I want you to tuck the toes, round the spine as much as you can, feeling that lift up through the belly. And we're gonna hover our knees away from the mat for the count of 5. Here we go, lifting them up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put them down. You can sit back and rest. We're just gonna go one more time. You can either A, hold it just like before, or we'll add a little bit of extra. So come back up, round the spine, lift the knees. You can hold if you'd like. You can test by lifting up one foot or the other foot. You don't have to. And then everybody put your knees down. You can untuck the toes and rest. Good. We're gonna come onto the side of our body now. You can lie your head down on your arm. You can put your head in your hand, whatever feels best for your neck. If this doesn't feel good on your shoulder, you can even put a pillow underneath your head here. Okay, chest nice and open. Knees are bent. We'll bring our hand onto our hip. And let's begin with some clamshells. So squeeze the heels, lift the knee, and come down. And continue. We are not moving the hips at all. We're just lifting the knee. Up and down. Good. All right, one more. Then I'll have you keep the feet together, but lift them both up. So kind of internally rotated here with that top leg. Then we'll continue with our clamshells going up and down and up and down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to lift up to stay. So you have this diamond shape between your legs. We really feel the outside of the hip working. I want you to lengthen this top leg out and then bring your heels together. 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Heels together, knees together, and rest. Lovely job. Okay, we're gonna do one more exercise here for the side of your body. I want you to straighten your legs, bring them a little bit in front of you, and then lie your head down, okay? Draw the abdominals in tight, squeeze the legs together, just like we did at the very beginning when we squeezed the legs and the arms together. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, pick up both legs, and you're gonna flex the feet like you're standing on the ground. Good. And then put them back down. Try that again. Flexing and lifting, and down. Try 2 more. Lift, and down, and 1 more. Okay, let's add on. Put your free hand here on top of your thigh. As you lift your legs, you're gonna slide your hand down your thigh and lift the torso up, feeling the waist connect here, and then lie back down. Try that again. Lifting and reaching, and lie back down. We'll do 3 more. Keep length through the neck here, so you're really reaching with this top hand. 2, and last one. And lie down to rest. Very nice job. Okay, let's come up seated so you can bend your knees. Come on up. Before we go to the other side, let's just work out the chest a bit here. So stretch the legs out long, bring your hands behind you, fingertips away. Let's press down into your hands, lift your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, just enjoy that stretch. And then drop the chest, shoulders forwards. And continue pushing. And releasing all the way. Good, and one more time. Lovely, all right. Swing those legs around to the other side. We'll lie all the way down again, knees will be bent. Head can be lying down on a flat arm, on a pillow here, or propped up. Okay, hand on your hip, let's begin. Picking that knee up and down in our clamshells. My hand is here to make sure that I'm not rolling and sitting my hips back, but I'm just picking my knee up. Good, now I want you to pick up both feet, keep them together here and keep them right here as we continue with this top knee. You might find you have a little more range, a little more dynamic here of an exercise. Good, let's do 3 more. 3 and 2. All right, 1 to stay. Keep this diamond shape between your legs. I want you to kick the leg out, then heels together. 4 more. Out and together. Keep the knee right where it is. It's just that shin moving. And 2. And last one. Bring everything down and give yourself a rest. Good. Okay, lengthening the legs one more time, bringing them slightly in front of you. Feet are flexed like you're standing on the ground. Okay, we'll bring this hand down as a kickstand. Squeeze your legs together, take a big breath in. And exhale, pick them both up. And then inhale down. And both up. Good, and down. This is more of a length of the legs exercise than how high can I get them. Up. Okay, bring this free hand on top of your thigh. We're gonna slide that hand down. So big breath in. Exhale, sliding and reaching and coming down. Good. Keep those abdominals drawn in tight. Make sure we're not rolling backwards. We're just finding a side bend here. And 2 more. And last one. And rest. Very nice job. Good. One more time. Bend the knees. Come on up seated. We'll bring the hands back behind us. And let's keep the knees bent this time. So before we did this nice hammock stretch, I want you to find an kind of in the middle place here, so we're neither totally slumped over or overly extended here, but we're nicely supported. The chest is up, but not too much. Bring those feet in a little bit closer, and just like we're doing a bridge, I want you to curl your tailbone under and begin to lift the hips up, sending the knees forwards, and then roll back down. Good, so we want to find this work in the back of the leg, but also a nice stretch and opening in the front of our chest. Again, tailbone curls under, we lift up, and then come back down. Let's do 2 more. Really working that upper back as well. Okay, last one, we're going to hold it just for a moment. If you'd like, you can experiment by lifting one leg and then the other leg. Can you do so without shifting the hips at all? And then bring everything down to rest. Good. Okay, we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. Open your knees wide. If you're someone who struggles to sit up, I encourage you to get a pillow, a cushion. Even one of the cushions from your couch can work really well. Grab onto your ankles, sit yourself up as tall as you can, and let's lean over and keep your chest up for now. Taking a nice stretch for our hips. And while we're down here, our feet are right here, so why don't we dig a little bit into the arches of our feet, give them a nice massage. If your toes are cold, you can warm up those toes. Very Nice. Okay. Come on up. Let's come cross-legged. I'm just going to turn to face you. Again, sitting up if you need. Bring your hands onto your knees. And we'll finish up with a really nice circle, one of the rib cage and then one of the head. So let's start with the ribs. Let's shift the ribs forwards, shift them to the side, and then around and continue. Nice circle here. And really try to smear along the edges of this circle. We want it to be as smooth and wide as possible. And reverse. Good. Bring your ribs right back to the center. Let's relax those shoulders, and we'll finish up with the circle of the head. Let's aim with the nose though. So begin to circle the nose, giving the neck a nice stretch here. Especially feeling a stretch here on the front of the neck. A lot of times we skip that one. Good, reverse your circle, still aiming with the nose. Good. Bring everything back to the center. Lift your shoulders up, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, just roll them down and back. And you guys are all done. Very nice job.